All right, there's been some questions about go bags and what's good things to have in go bags. Pretty much, there's not going to be a comprehensive go bag that's perfect for everybody, but this is a good um, rule of thumb go bag. This is Peyton's go bag, and it's just a plain looking backpack, so it's not going to be scary or alarm anybody. Uh, Mine is camouflage. Cheap backpack. Just make sure it's one that's going to hold together. Be the only limit. All right, Peyton. Peyton's bag here. You can see got communication on the outside there, and she's going to pour the guts of her bag out for us. So first thing she takes out there is a Sharpie and some lighters, chapstick, earplugs. How many sets of earplugs are in there? Four sets of earplugs in there, just little foamy, squishy ones there. Dry pair of clean, warm socks. Another pair of dry, clean, warm socks. Multi-purpose knife. Screwdriver, bottle opener. Then we have a larger folding knife that could be used for defense or light work. Open that up, Peyton. There, that's a little thing. You can get these like at Walmart or the Dollar Tree, and it's basically just got sockets and bits and so forth in it. So if you need to do some light repair on something, you can. Oh, they look delicious. Food. Some high fiber fruit cereal bars. They look delicious. A couple notebooks, small pocket sized notebooks. Flashlight. Does it work? Let me see it. Does it work? La, la, la. Oh, does it work? All right, why doesn't it work? Open your bottom and see if your little plastic piece is in there. Make sure your flashlight works. Flashlight does you no good if it does not work. These little LED flashlights, they run for dozens of hours because they don't take much power. And while we're on the subject of flashlights working, make sure your fire starting sources that you choose to have in there work. Notice she has more than one of those. Water bottle. This in an ideal world would be a filtering Life Straw Berkey Sport bottle, something like that. But they're expensive, and so it's better to have a way to carry some water than not any way at all. All right, what we got there, Peyton? Twine. A regular spool of twine, a roll of duct tape. We got a ace bandage, a little wrap compression bandage there. We got some filtering mask here. You can get these at your drugstores or whatever. Looks like band-aids of various sizes. Some tea candles and some other. So I think those other ones are called something else. These are tea candles. Just a way to make light. Also, wax is good for getting other things to burn and so forth. Notice they're in a Ziploc bag to protect them, just like these are. Right now, her bag is not prepared as far as her change of clothes. You should have a complete set dry change of clothes. But what she's got there is the bag those clothes will be put in, or you can put anything else in. You stick stuff in there, throw a vacuum cleaner on, and suck it down. Coffee filters. Well, Peyton, do you drink coffee? No. But if you had to drink water, and again, like I say, in an ideal world, this would be a Life Straw, but it's not. And so what we got there is about 50 or so coffee filters, so that if we were out and she had to filter creek water or get some solid particulates out, again, not an ideal solution. It's just a solution that's available because of till money presents itself for something different. All right, pack of zip ties. What are they good for? There is not enough video time in the world nor space on YouTube to tell you all the things zip ties are good for. Have some zip ties. Rubber bands. Yep, they were zip ties before zip ties were around. Rubber bands are very convenient for many things. Pack of pencils. Peyton tends to be a little OC, overdo things, so she doesn't have a pencil or two. She has a whole pack of pencils. Isopropyl rubbing alcohol, clean wounds, general burns, Good thing to have in there. Very cheap too. Pads, not for what you, well, I guess they could be for what you would think they're for, but they make actual very good wound dressings for large bleeding wounds. They're sterile, and it's just really a big Band-Aid. Neosporin type triple antibiotic ointment. Again, not enough time or space to go all the things that could be good for. It's just a good thing to have in there. Washcloths, and those are hair bands, the little hair bands that you put in your hair. Basically, it's glorified rubber band, but it's holding a couple of washcloths there. Washcloths can be used for a lot of things. And a very a purple sewing kit. And the sewing kit has 30 different needles, a bunch of different threads, some buttons, some safety pins. You can do a lot of things with that. Fix a garment for a small tear. You could also suture up a wound if you were so skilled. If you're not skilled, get that way. Q-tips in a sealed, watertight little thing there, so they don't get ruined. And silverware, spoon and fork. Again, we got 2 knife options already. I guess that's probably 50 foot of paracord there. Paracord is, again, not enough time or video space to tell you all the things you can do with paracord. 50 foot, multi-strand nylon on the inside, so you can split that down and out of those strands wind up with a lot more if you needed it, or use that 50 foot for whatever else you had. Matches, and notice they are wrapped in plastic to stay dry. And there's a lot of matches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 packs of matches. Go ahead. That's just some general purpose, like sore muscle, icy hot sort of thing. Not very expensive, but again, in the worst of cases, you and this go bag are gonna be friends while you're doing a lot of walking, exertion, and things you're not used to doing, and that can really help achy muscles and all sorts of things like that. Starter logs. You buy a big box of these things, and basically it's just 6 little bricks of like sawdust and wax or paraffin, pressed into a little loaf that's about maybe 2 inches round by 4 inches long, and if you put a match to it, it will start and light. And the package, I think, says they burn up to like 15 or 30 minutes or something like that. Don't expect them to really burn 30 minutes, and they're certainly not going to heat you at all, but what they will very much. But what they will do is allow you, if you're in moist, wet environment, you can put that little starter, one of those little starters there, under some wet wood, and get that wood burning. And as long as you can put that in a dry space, even under wet wood, and under a poncho, tarp, or good leaf coverage, whatever, even in rain, you can generate fire, thus warmth. What else you got, Pat? That's it? All right, so what's missing from this? Well, there's a lot missing from it, and I can't tell you what it is, but maybe you can. So if you feel inclined to tell us what's missing, feel free to share. Basically, what you put in your go bag is what you need to get to where you go. One thing I know that I want to get in all of our go bags is they got this little device that you can put like a AA battery in it, and it will USB charge a device, cell phone, whatever you have to charge is USB. Again, money being a factor. If you had a GPS unit or an atlas and some topographical maps of wherever you're going, Peyton is not roaming the world freely, and so she doesn't really depend on a lot of maps and so forth, because she's going to be with an adult. But again, atlas, topographical maps, GPS. A lot of this stuff here is low tech. You'll notice there's nothing here with the exception of flashlight that requires power. And my suggestion is keep that in mind. If you use any of these things out of your go bag in your day-to-day doings, make sure you replace it so when you go back, all your things are ready to go. It's called a go bag, so you can pick it up and go with it. All right, hope this has been useful and encouraging to you, and I encourage you to have go bags. And it's not a family of 6. A go bag similar to this one for a family of 6, you'll probably spend $250, $300 to get everyone a go bag. but everyone needs one, and each bag may look a little different. You know, as you kind of substitute out some things that are more important to you. Remember, weight is key, and so is space. If it's something that's going to be too heavy or cumbersome that you don't have it with you because it was too much of a hassle to tote around, then it doesn't matter what's in it when you don't have it. All right, thank you for sharing your go bag with us, Peyton. Shalom.